What are 3 things to look for in office buildings? I'm Tim Diesel, I'm a commercial real estate consultant. Today I want to talk about some things that I think you should be aware of if you're buying office buildings. So these are 3 things to be aware of if you're buying an office building, all right? Now, number 1 is tenants. You need to be aware of the tenants in the office building. Now, I'm not talking about a gigantic 30,000 square foot office building. I'm talking about a medium size, maybe small, 10,000 square feet. All right, a couple things you want to be aware of. When it comes to tenants, what type of tenants are there and where is it located? There are some office buildings that require walk-in traffic. There's some that do not. So what I mean by that is, let's say it's a corporate headquarters for, I don't know, NVIDIA or some computer company. Most of the time, they're not going to have customers come into the office building. Now, that could be good or bad. It could be good because, well, they make a lot of money and you don't have to worry about these guys leaving or downsizing or anything crazy like that. Now, it could be bad because they don't need your office building, so they could leave at any time. They could wait till the lease runs out, they can find another location, they really don't need it. Now, suppose you have a chiropractic office. Chiropractors generally don't make as much money as software developers, but they actually have clients that walk in all the time. Now, this is a really good thing for you because you're not going to be affected by people working from home, Amazon, any of that stuff. Because it's common sense that if you needed to go see a doctor, a physician, a chiropractor, you're going to go to them. Most of the time, you're not going to have unless you're on another level, you're not going to have a chiropractor go to your house. See what I mean? When you're buying an office building, this is something to be aware of. So keep good tenants and a mixed use of tenants. So that's a couple of examples there. Now, another thing is the leases. So when you're buying an office building, what types of leases are you buying? So let's suppose you're buying an office with 5 different leases. Most of the time, generally, an office lease is, it could range anywhere from 1 to 3 to 5 years. Now, depending on financing, if you have less than 2 years, the bank doesn't like that. So you want 3 to 5 ideally. But what if you're buying someone and you're inheriting a tenant and they may not renew? Well, look at the terms on that lease. Who's responsible for repairs? What's in there? What are they allowed? Were they not allowed? So that's a really big thing to look at because a lot of times people see there's a year left on the lease. Oh, I'm just going to get rid of this guy. Well, there could be an option on that lease. It could be 2-3 year options. So you may not be able to get rid of this guy. So you may be stuck with whatever tenant is in there for another 3 to 6 years, maybe at really reduced rent. So you want to keep an eye, you want to be aware of those leases. Now, lastly, you want to notice parking. Parking is very, very important in an office, depending on the type of office that it is. So let's say it's 5 to 10,000 square feet. Now, I'm not talking anything major. You want to have a good amount of parking for your customers, right? Not just your staff. So let's say you have 10 people working there and there are, I don't know, 3-4 offices in there. Well, you know they're all going to have their cars and maybe they'll have friends come over for lunch once in a while, a couple of customers. So you want to make sure you've got a good parking ratio there because you're going to have handicap spots. That's a given. You're going to have 1 or 2. But if you don't have enough parking, what happens is a lot of customers will not be able to go to a place and it's going to deter them from going there because they're going to say, oh, I can never find parking here. I got to park in the street. I don't know if I want to put my car in that situation. So parking is very big. If you're ever buying a property and you're not sure of the parking, I would almost suggest go away from it. It's never worth buying any kind of property with not enough parking. Especially now in the major big cities like Los Angeles, Boston, New York, you're almost forced to buy something without parking. But if you have a choice, I would almost say figure out a way to walk away from that deal or don't even get into it. If you can't find parking, it's probably not worth it. So you want to keep an eye on tenants, leases, and parking. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know.